Guys, at this point, you need to talk to someone. At this point, you need to seek help. At this point, you need to protect your mental status. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I am OLUWASEU'Ns. I am a mom tuber filming from Ondo State, Nigeria. I enjoy creating amazing content around parenting, motherhood, food, and domestic violence. Guys, I am back to your screen like I never left. I am back today with a very important topic in which I believe you all learn from. So do well to stay tuned from the beginning of this video till the end. Today, I'll be walking my viewers through a brief definition of domestic violence and the different type of domestic violence we have. As a matter of fact, guys, domestic violence comes in different forms. At times, it occurs when the abuser believes abuse is acceptable, justified, and not likely to be reported in our society. You see, guys, reason I am here on your screen today to encourage, to inspire somebody going through domestic violence of various kinds that I will be discussing in this video. At a point in time and at a point in one's life, you may tend to need help. Why not go ahead and talk to people, talk to your parents, talk to your pastors, talk to your counselor, and people that can support you psychologically and emotionally. You understand? Before I continue this discussion, if you are seeing this channel for the very first time, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, join this beautiful family. Check out my old videos. You definitely enjoy them. They are informative and educative. So my old returning viewers, subscribers, thank you guys. God bless you guys for always coming around. Today I will be discussing about domestic violence. Guys, domestic violence is an aggressive behavior within a home, typically involving a violent abuse on one spouse. Guys, there are different kinds of domestic violence. In actual sense, we have 7 types of domestic violence. Number 1, we have the physical abuse. Number 2, we have the sexual abuse. Number 3, we have the emotional or psychological abuse. Number 4, we have the financial or material exploitation. Number 5, we have the neglect. Number 6, we have the abandonment. And number 7, we have the self-neglect. So I'll be taking them one after the other so that you'll be able to understand the kind of violence we have and the kind of situation, the kind of things we go through at times in life. The first one is physical abuse. This involves the use of a physical force on one spouse, which can lead to death, physical impairment, body injury. It includes the using of slapping, kicking, beating, hitting, stripping naked, and many more. Guys, isn't it bad? Very bad. The second one is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is the unwanted touching of the woman's body parts. At times, it occurs in marriage and leads to battering. It's meant to be enjoyed, my dear. You don't force your wife to do it. You pet her to do it so that both parties will enjoy it. But in a case when you are touching her here, touching her there, dragging her here, dragging her up, pulling her down, and all that, it leads to battering. It's a form of abuse on itself. The third one is emotional or psychological abuse. It is the infliction of anguish, pain, distress on one spouse through verbal or non-verbal acts. It includes insulting, arousing, intimidating, threat, embarrassing, assaulting, harassment on one spouse. At times when you see some husbands dealing with their wife, you think the wife is their slave. At times when you see some men handling women, you will feel ashamed. This is what we are talking about. And this occurs when an adult is being treated like a baby. At times you restrict your wife from visiting friends. At times you restrict your wife from seeing her parents just because you don't want her to report the way you treat her. It's bad. It's sad. Why should you treat somebody's child like this? Why? Why? It is not good. And the fourth one is material or financial exploitation. It is the improper way or illegal use of one's funds, property, and assets. I have seen somebody that sold a wife's car without the woman's consent. Guys, is it fair? I've heard of couples that both agreed of relocating to somewhere in Nigeria. And after the agreement, the wife sold everything she had in her shop just to relocate. The husband went behind her to collect the money from the buyer. The wife started asking the buyer for the money. At a point, the buyer couldn't hide it anymore. He said, "Madam, your husband have come to collect the money." Do you know what? The husband went ahead to fight that buyer. "Should you tell my wife I came to collect money?" This is what we are talking about. Some men are actually with you because of what you want. They are actually with you because you're for assets. Some people are actually with you because of your property. And they behave so. My dear, these are all the kind of abuses we have. The fifth one is neglect. It is the refusal and the failure to fulfill your obligations in the family as a wife or as a husband. Mostly it occurs on the part of the man. The refusal to provide the basic amenities in the home, such as food, shelter, clothing for the kids, medical care, school fees, and many more. It is called neglect. It is common in our society these days. We have mothers that place the role of a father. They place the role of a mother. And at the same time, they place the role of everything. We have mothers that are here, they are there, they are here, they are there to meet the needs of their kids. Guys, women are suffering a lot. Women are going through a lot. And the sixth one is abandonment. Abandonment is a situation whereby somebody is being neglected. Somebody is being left alone to face the situation alone. It is the desertion of your spouse by someone who ought to fulfill an obligation to the spouse. Desertion of a husband to the wife. Desertion of the wife to the husband. Do you understand? At times it occurs mostly in the men. They desert their family. We have men that doesn't care about the family. We have a lot of them out there. A lot of things are happening in this life. A lot. The seventh one is self-neglect. Guys, after going through a lot of abuse, it has a toll on somebody's health. It has a toll on one's mental state. My dear, it now leads to the neglect of one's hygiene, to the neglect of one's health. She's fed up. He's fed up. He will now have a toll on himself. Then he's no longer affected about his hygiene. He doesn't bother about his physical appearance anymore. He doesn't bother about his status, about his health status, and many more. At times, it brings in suicidal attempts. Yes, you feel there's no reason for you to be alive anymore. You have a neglect on your health and you are fed up of everything you are going through. When you are at a point in life that you don't have a clue of what to do, again, my dear, at this point, I am telling you, you need to seek help. At this point, you need to talk to someone. At this point, you need to protect your mental status. At this point, you need to stay alive. Guys, at this point, you need to speak out. Marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not endured. You need to endure at all. Ensure you are not enduring domestic violence because your life might be at stake. Yes, guys, I am telling you the truth. At this point, I want you to go over this video again. If you are not in any form of abusive relationship, my dear, ensure you don't fall in it. And if you are in it already, darling, seek help. Go for help. Only the living can be addressed as a Mrs. Once you are no more, you have an additional title. Late Mrs. May it never be our portion in Jesus' name. Thanks for enjoying this video. Like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.